I'm Heath Richter, and we just want to invite everybody to come on down to the Houston Clinic and check us out at our new facility. We've been in Dublin for a while now, obviously, but have a new office here, and we'd just like you to come down and see some of the new stuff we're offering. And if you need to get checked out, we'd be glad to do that for you. We've got able to do some ultrasound guided injections now, and physical therapy, and just a little bit better space, so hopefully we can get you in and out of here a little bit quicker.
Come by and see us today at our brand new location, the Houston Clinic, Medical Drive in Dublin.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Look, welcome back, welcome back. It's a new school year and I'm ready for that. Got my clothes picked out with the fresh new sneakers. Ready to meet cool friends and teachers. School supplies in my backpack, check. When's the bus coming? Oh yeah, let me check. And mom said she would take me in, but only if she promised not to kiss me on the cheek in front of friends. The bell's ringing, so I find my seat. Yes, a big desk and a chair that don't squeak. Teacher wanna talk about work and these tests, but we just wanna talk about lunch and recess. Hey, I told moms I'ma work hard, so she'll be proud when she sees my report card. And I ain't never gonna slack. Not this year, school's here, y'all. Welcome back. Welcome back to school. Welcome back to school. Welcome back to school. Welcome back to school. Welcome back. It's a party, es una fiesta. 4 quarters, that's 2 semesters of hard work, no room for nonsense. Cause we all know about the parent-teacher conference. Gotta keep my nose in the books, eyes on the prize, yeah, I know where to look. Friends on my side, so you know we gon' ride. Rep the team, gotta show that school pride. Welcome back to the fun. Math, reading, and science, the learning's begun. Art, music, and gym, cause we need it to run. Mr. Reed said we gon' get a whole lot done. I got a good feeling about this one. If you don't got a smile, better get one. Grab a partner, come join the pack. Just a little rap about school, y'all. Welcome back. Welcome back to school. 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 Welcome back to school.
As you can tell, if you just joined us, I'm here at Trinity with our headmaster, Jeremy Blackstock. And it's his 2nd year here. And if you missed the first part of this show, you can go to our YouTube channel at TV35 WDIG, watch it anytime. Or we'll be airing it again tonight or tomorrow sometime. But I want to thank y'all that tune in on YouTube. We've just hit 3.3 million viewers this last year.
Oh, okay.
Now we have a lot of content, and Trinity is one of those. We're excited next week. We're going to be kicking off our coaches shows again. Coach Marsh is excited. He's a different person than I met last year. I can tell he's come in, been loved, been encouraged.
Yeah.
And last year, this time, the unknown
Sure.
can be fearful
Yeah.
with anybody.
Yeah. And he, last year it was a late hire in the process, so he didn't really get here till the end of June.
Yeah.
And I told him, and I told Coach Ward this in baseball, like, your first year is year 0.
Yeah.
Like that's your chance to just establish expectations,
Yeah.
and then as you move into your next year, that's year 1.
Yeah.
And just no different than a teacher, day by day, and same way with a coach, just day by day, just you're trying each day to lay one more brick on the foundation to build something, and he's doing great. I mean, he loves the kids, he loves the Lord, loves the kids, loves the game of football, and that stuff shows, and he's doing a great job.
Yeah, I got to. They were practicing one day this week when I was leaving, and I pulled over to watch them 15, 20 minutes just to get a feel for what was going on, and I was so impressed.
Yeah.
You know, I think he's got 25 or so players, but he's got some really, really good players that
He does.
We were able to see at East Lawrence last week. Just a good scrimmage game. Just to let you know what you got, what you need to work on.
Yeah, it's all scrimmages for. As long as nobody gets hurt,
no,
it's successful.
And he didn't play his top guys the second half, obviously, because you don't want them to get hurt in scrimmage. Now, the real game's coming up.
That's right.
Next week.
Yes, sir.
So that's going to be our game of the week, by the way. We'll be here at Trinity kicking off this year, and we're excited. Jeremy, about probably close to 20 years ago, I was out calling the game that night, and something really, this is what changed me as far as feeling a closeness with Trinity. But I started, and I'm calling the game play by play, but I hear this popping noise, and I'm looking around, what is going on? Well, there were garbage bags popping, and they were walking through the stands, cleaning the stands up.
Yeah.
Now, that really impressed me. These are parents now. It's not staff members. So that shows me they're vested when they come in and bring their children to Trinity, and you see that a lot. But let me ask you some things about Trinity. Why somebody watching us right now? Well, first of all, you're at about 400 kids.
That's our 389.
Closing in on 400.
Yes, sir.
I like to round up.
It does help, yeah.
But you're just a hop, skip, and a jump, from 400, which is up from last year.
Yes, sir.
Somebody watching right now, why would they choose Trinity for their kids?
Well, I mean, we have a lot of wonderful education options in the area, and I realize that, and there is a sacrifice to sending your kid to a private school, because when you can send them somewhere where you don't have to pay tuition. But I would hope that you would see us as a school, a place that would reinforce what you're teaching at home and what you're learning at church. It doesn't mean you have to be involved in a church to have your child here, but just a traditional school environment that teaches each child individually, how God created them and teaching something that other schools can't. Like, I understand that there are limitations to what schools can teach, and we're hopefully just not teaching head knowledge here, which there's some of that because our kids are going off and doing wonderful things in colleges and even in the workforce. But also we're teaching to the heart of these kids that they grow in the Lord and grow in knowledge of the Lord and grow to love Scripture. And we're not trying to create robots, but we're hopefully instilling in them that something that they view the world through Scripture and teaching them a proper biblical worldview, which will help them for the rest of their life. And I would hope that a family would see that okay, there is something different about the school on Trinity Road. Yeah. And that when we drive through the gates, my child's going to be loved, they're going to be taught, and they're going to be held accountable.
Today's the first time in about 20 years you didn't have a child on campus.
It is. Well, my daughter's a senior, and they're at senior retreat this week, and that's one of the things that we love doing at the beginning of each year. We take our seniors off campus, and they are down at Epworth by the sea, and they get 3 days of just pouring into them. They have fun and games. They go to the beach, and they go out as a class and things like that. But our teachers go with them. Chuck Grooms from the LBA is our speaker with them this year. But it's a chance to remember they are seniors, and just by grade-wise, they're leaders. And just pouring into them spiritually about, hey, what do you guys want your senior year to look like? And I love that we can do that. I mean, our classes are always big enough where you can do that. We have 40 kids in our senior class, and 38 of them were able to go, and that's great. I would love it if 100% go, but sometimes things happen. It doesn't work out that way, but it's a great group, and they're a fun group. A lot of school spirit in that group, and I've heard great reports, and so it's different for us because our son's in college and Janelle's there, but so it was a little bit easier to get to school this morning. There's no kids, but it's just kind of time marches on with schools. There's always a new group of seniors, and so they're down there getting prepared for the year, and they'll be back tomorrow or Saturday right there. They're missing the first day of school, which I think that's why they really like it. They always get to miss that first day of school, And there's some of our chaperones, there are teachers, and they sent me a picture of them sitting on the beach, and I said, well, we're having Marco's Pizza today, so that's kind of the same thing, them being at the beach, but that's an exciting thing, and that's one of the many things at Trinity that we get to do that other places just logistically can't do. That's just one of the things that we can continue to do as a school that that makes us Trinity.
You hit on something there. I want you to dwell a little bit on.
Sure.
The word listen, when you said that, I was with a kid that just graduated, going to be going to Liberty College, and majored in music. But
Sure.
I like to ask those kids, because a lot of younger people don't see the need to go to church anymore.
No, I don't.
It's just something has happened. But I was asking him what was his peers saying to him. And when you said that, I was thinking about Dawson, this kid, and he said, Mr. Dill, the grown-ups always want to make decisions on what we need to do, where we need to go in life, but nobody ever listens to us.
Yeah.
Now that bothers me.
Yeah.
And I think it bothers me to the fact that I want to do a better job at it, and
Sure.
we in education, we probably need to do a better job. Don't
Yeah, and I fall into that too. But there is a lot of just, like I said, connecting with kids, just asking them questions, like not even for an angle, just just sitting there talking like, hey, do you like this? Or I did that with some seniors last year. Like, what if we change this? How would y'all feel about this? I was like, it would be for next year, so it doesn't help you guys. But what if we were to change this in the future? Is that something you would have liked? And that's part of it. Now, some of it, we're adults, so we have to make the decisions, because we do know what's best
That's
for the
right.
kids, and they might not always see what's best for
Amen.
everything. But there are times that, especially as they get older, asking them like, hey, what do you think about this? Or we might not be able to do this, but what do you think? Like, how would you like this? And I fall into that too. Like, even my own kids, like you might not. There's a lot of speaking to, and not necessarily a lot of listening at times. And I think that's important for really any adult. That doesn't mean you have to do everything that a kid, every idea, but you at least engage and listen.
Yeah.
And and then you may hear something like, oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, you
Like,
never know.
Let's flesh that out a little bit, and let's work the logistics on it and see how it could work. So,
Yeah, and you never know. During the course of a week, I get some of the best ideas from the most unexpected source, just by keeping your ear to the ground.
Sure. You're right.
There's no doubt about it. Last year, you answered the question about why people should entertain sending the kids to Trinity, but a typical class like last year, what percentage of those go on to college?
I would say we're probably over 90%, but we had some that went straight to the workforce, which we love that too. We encourage that, and we know that God's made each child different, and that's what I love about it. We're small enough that I know everybody has kids that do that, and that's not a unique Trinity thing. But while we do prepare them for college, like we work them that they can be college eligible. Every child's eligible to go to college.
Right.
We're putting them through a college prep and honors program, but we know that's not the path that everybody's supposed to take. And I hope as a school that we celebrate the child going to the biggest university. Celebrate the child that's just I'm going right to work.
Yeah.
I hope that we as a staff and as a school family celebrate that as much, and that's a different mindset, because we push college, which I get. I know schools do that, but that I think people can kind of see a shift in society that's not for everybody, and that some people can go right to the workforce and be very valuable in the service industry or just the just anything.
Yeah.
And so I think as a school, we just hopefully are promoting one just as much as the other.
And I'm trying to get people in education. You and I have not talked about this, but if we could get rid of the stigma about going to a technical school. I listen very attentively every year to, we do our salute to graduates. We come out to Trinity and interview all the graduates. And, the one wants to go to Georgia Tech, and the one over here, I know a kid a couple years ago, and I know the family. He wanted to be a lineman for Georgia Power. We need linemen for Georgia Power, just like we need a teacher or an engineer, or we need diesel mechanics and HVAC and all these things. Cosmetology. Well, me and you probably don't need cosmetology.
No.
But most people watch it.
Yeah, we're not going to be hairdressers.
But we really got to get rid of that stigma. There's nothing wrong with following your dream and being that lineman at Georgia Power or whatever. But do you see from someone being in education, do you see us finally getting to the point where we can, not make them feel bad for following their dream?
I think so, and it's a daily thing. I mean, it's a yearly thing because some of that parents have that mindset, like they got, and then if you boil it down to as a parent, like God made each child you have different, and that's okay. Like that, we have to be. The body of Christ is many different members, so just like society is going to have many different things, and it really, I think it's more of a parent side of thing, as an adult side of thing, that okay, what ability has God given you? What passion has He given you? Okay, I'm going to help you in that, and I hope we do that as a school. And there are the kids that want to be pushed to that university level. That's great. We can do that.
That's right.
And there are the students that want to be pushed to a technical school. Great. We can do that too. Or just the workforce. Great. We can do that too. And I want us to be able to push each child in that way that God's created.
That's right. Amen to that. Jeremy, appreciate you joining us today.
Yes,
always love talking to you, being on campus today at Trinity. Go Blue.
That's right.
We dressed appropriately.
That's right.
But anyway, we got more to come. Really, the teachers we've been talking about, the new ones on campus, a lot of good faces you've been seeing while we've been talking, but y'all stay with us. We'll be back right after this.
Summer's right around the corner, and you know what that means. It's vacation time. Here at Dublin Nissan, we can get you ready for vacation, whether it's a new Nissan or Chevrolet or just servicing your current vehicle. And guys, if you're looking for a new fishing truck, you can't go wrong with this all-new 22 Frontier. And if your needs are bigger, we got the trucks for you too. It's your choice. I know what mine is. Remember, Don sells Corvettes well. Hurry in to Dublin Chevy Nissan.
The City of Dublin Natural Gas provides the most cost-efficient source of energy available today. So for your home, choose the most natural resource. Safe, clean, efficient. All new subdivisions around the Dublin area have natural gas available. Start reducing your energy bills today with Dublin City Natural Gas Department. Natural gas, the smart choice. Call 277-5048 today and let us help you start saving today. Welcome back, everybody. Now, we've heard all that from the headmaster. I want to go around and meet some of the new teachers. I have with me James Martin. You told me just a tad nervous about first day, huh?
Maybe not the first day. Maybe the second day is a little more worried of some.
So tell me what got you to Trinity and how you got here.
I went to college with Jed Marsh, the head football coach, and I had been talking to him potentially about coaching and teaching here. I tried to do it last year, but there was no openings. And then this year, I was contacted and it was able to work out perfectly where I was able to teach Bible, which is what I wanted to teach, and coach football.
Good. So we're going to see him on the football field. We have not met till just right before we went on the air, but we do a game of the week. We do a coach's show with Coach Marsh every week, Trinity Coach's Show, and I watched some practice this week, and I was very impressed with the way some of those guys hit. I was telling somebody on the phone a while ago, I said there was one of these guys like 300 pounds. And I told Coach Marsh, I said, he was killing you, man, on those dummies out there.
Yes, he's a big boy.
Yeah, he is. So did you play football in high school? What?
I did. I played a little in high school. I played in college with Jed. And I've always just loved the sport, and so I've studied it and stuff. So I've been wanting to play it, coach it.
Well, it's here. Y'all been practicing, and what do you think about the year?
They impressed me. We had a little scrimmage last week. We thought we were going to, we're playing a public school that's bigger than us. We didn't think we'd be able to compete, and we were competed the whole time, and it was really exciting, so we're excited about the year. Yeah, and I heard the same thing. My kids graduated from East Lawrence. My son played football. He was at the game. He said, Daddy, my goodness, Trinity come out and just hit him in the mouth, and and he broke down several things that happened during the game, and he said, Daddy, I was impressed with what Trinity did. Few in number, but you can make it up in other ways, can't you? Yes, we have to.
Yeah.
We only got 22 students, so we got to do what we can do.
Okay, I saw you in there first day. Tell me what kind of Bible class do you have? Do you go through the Bible? Do you select certain books? Or what?
The curriculum is for ninth grade. We're doing apologetics, so we're trying to teach them, believe why they believe in what they believe in. And then 10th grade is just going Bible doctrines, just teaching them about the doctrines and basically an overview of the Bible and everything.
Gosh, that's so important.
It is.
It's so important. I'm one of those, my wife says, if I'm with you just a few minutes, I'm going to find out, are you saved? Where you go to church? I want to know those things because we don't want nobody to go to hell.
Yes, we don't.
And we're to go out and make disciples of men. And if you can lock that down while they're in high school, and as you know, this day and time, if they can get out of college with their faith intact, that's saying a lot right there. Well, what do you expect the first year here? What kind of expectations do you have?
I just want to be able to have the students grow stronger, to be better Christians, be more Christ-like. That's my number one goal. Bible's not really considered a subject that's curriculum subject or whatever it's called, but it's still just as important to us as it is to any other class. So I want to be able to make disciples, like you said.
Wonderful. I'm going to get you a few times through the year, and I'm going to get updates because I'm one of them, like Dawn told you a while ago, I'm out here on campus a lot. I love Trinity. We have all good schools in this county, but Trinity has a special place in my heart. Jeremy came last year, as you know. Coach Marsh came last year, and here you are to help us be even better than we are. So I'm excited to talk with you, and we'll talk throughout the year. How about that?
Thank you so much.
Now I have with me Jody Kidd. She was a sub last year, and now they taught Jen to coming on full time, huh?
Yes, they did. This is my 14th year teaching, so this is my first full year here at Trinity. Previously, I taught in Lamar County at Lamar County High School, and I taught healthcare sciences and anatomy and physiology.
Good. What got you to Trinity?
Well, my husband works in Milledgeville, and we were ready to move, and so we wanted to get closer to his work, and then my son actually works for the city of Dublin now.
Well, good.
So we were trying to kind of get in the middle.
Good. I do a lot of work for the city of Dublin. What's his name?
Gavin Lance.
Gavin, okay.
He works in the water department.
Okay, good. Anyway, I'll have to look out for him. I have a lot of employees with the city. It's a great job, though.
Yes.
I can tell you one thing about the city of Dublin. They have no turnover. Because above average pay, good benefits, just a good place to work, great work environment, as is Trinity.
Yes,
So
very much
what
so.
are you teaching? I was watching you in there. What's going on?
So this year I am teaching 10th grade biology, and I'm teaching senior anatomy and physiology, and then I have elementary PEs. So I have the K4 PE, so I teach the youngest kids all the way to the oldest kids.
I'd have to take the PE because that other stuff you just named, anatomy, wow,
Well, it's fun. It's
Yes,
fun.
yeah, it's fun teaching, and when the light comes on for the kids, that's got to be good for you.
It is. It is. I enjoy teaching them things that they're going to be able to use throughout their life.
Yeah.
So even though we're teaching sciences, there's a lot of life skill that's still built in there as well. I mean, at some point, you're going to have to take care of somebody. So it's good to know, basics for science anyway.
Yeah, no matter what field you go into, this is something that you very well could use some point in your life.
Yes, and a lot of our Trinity students do go on to healthcare related fields. So I do have that background. I actually was a nurse first before I started teaching. I'm still a nurse, but I'm not practicing right now.
Yeah. So what, did you teach public school in Lamar County?
I did.
Is that what you said? So what's the main difference? I know what I think, but what's the main difference that you see public versus coming to Trinity?
Well, the biggest difference is that we are able to teach from the biblical worldview. In public school, you could kind of sneak that in every once in a while, but it really wasn't allowed for us to do that. And here we're able to talk about God's design and how everything is created, and we're free to pray with our students and give them more of what they need at this age as far as studying the Bible and how it relates to them every day and how it impacts their future.
Yeah, and that was the answer I was expecting, because I've sit in many a classroom at Trinity, and I just love when I'm in a science class or whatever, and they can tie that like you said, biblical worldview
Yes.
in with it, and you're really bumping the lines in a public school. You got a lot of teachers trying to do it, but your hands are tied to a certain degree.
They are. And Trinity has a very rigorous curriculum. All of our curriculums are very rigorous. So I think our students are ready to go to the next level, whether it's to college or to work, and they have a little more understanding, and they have a better work ethic going into whatever career they choose. And all of our students are well-mannered, and
Yes.
it's just a different environment.
Yeah.
It's a much friendlier, easygoing, wonderful environment.
What do you want to accomplish this year?
I think the biggest thing for me to accomplish this year is to, for one, just have a good first year and make sure my kids have a good year. And that's what I told them, with biology. This is the first time I've taught it in a really, really long time. So it's kind of, we just got to get through it together.
That's right. Hold hands and move
Yep,
forward.
we're going to
there.
move forward with it. But I think just getting to know my students more, because we are such a close-knit family here, that, these kids will still come back years later
Yeah.
and say, hey, I remember being in your class, and thank you for doing these
Yeah.
things. So a goal is to teach them what they need to know for the curriculum, but to also have an impact in their life for their future.
Yep. Okay. First year teacher. Got her toes a little wet last year, and she's jumped all in this year. But anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Y'all stay with us. We'll be back right after this.
Here's a big announcement from Central Georgia Primary Care. We're proud to announce the opening of our second location right here on Central Drive in East Dublin. No matter where you are, north, south, east, or west, Central Georgia Primary Care has a health professional waiting to serve you. Central Georgia Primary Care, next to Paul's Tire on Industrial Boulevard in Dublin, and now at our brand new location on Central Drive in East Dublin, right next to Thomas Auto Supply. Need an appointment? Call us at 478-202-9440. Central Georgia Primary Care, waiting to serve you at both locations, Industrial Boulevard in Dublin and now on Central Drive in East Dublin.
Looking for a career that's always in demand? How about one that provides you with practical and useful skills? A career that allows you to earn hands-on experience and an education with little to no debt? Oconee Fall Line Technical College prepares students with the right set of skills to succeed in fast-growing careers in healthcare, manufacturing, business, and technology fields. If you're ready to gain the experience you need to start your career locally, OFTC is where it all begins. Oconee Fall Line Technical College. Careers begin here.
Welcome back, everybody. I have with me now Amanda Harrington, and I actually got, everybody else has had a class, and I caught Amanda perfectly. She's in here, got the radio going or music going, and waiting on those first kids. So you're a first-year teacher here.
Actually, I'm returning to Trinity, so I taught at Trinity for 3 years, and I'm glad to be back.
Yep. So what got you back to Trinity?
It's just a wonderful environment. I left only to spend more time with my small children, and they're both in school here now, so I'm excited to be back with them and with my high school students too.
Good. I got a lot of footage this morning, everybody showing up for school, and most of the kids just smiling, excited, new book bags, new clothes,
Yes.
all that, and then some of the older kids like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
School's back.
Yes.
So it's kind of a little different thing, but were your kids excited about coming back?
They were very excited. Yes, they both were.
What do you expect to accomplish this year?
I just hope to pour into my students academically, but also spiritually, and just be there to guide them through the way in both academics and their walk with Jesus.
Yeah. So you stayed home with the kids some, and that is something most moms want to do. Some can't, obviously, but I know you feel blessed to have done that, don't you?
I do, yes. Time with children is so valuable, and you don't get that time back. So I was very thankful to be able to do that, but also very grateful to be here with them on campus at Trinity.
Yeah, I saw so many people this morning. Some went to school with my daughter, which is 36, got her own kids. They've got kids now, and some of them, I can't believe how big their kids have gotten. And I told one girl this morning, the book of James says life's a vapor and then we vanish. And I know you do, and especially I do at my age. I see that vapor in my life, and life is so precious, and we need to
Yes.
enjoy that, don't we?
Yes, we do. Every moment, every day. You're exactly right. It goes by way too fast.
Tell me what's special about being in the classroom where you can teach that biblical worldview as well as the subjects that you teach.
Well, it's just such a great opportunity, so wonderful to pour into these children and just be there, to boost them up and walk alongside them in their walk, and to have that opportunity is just so special.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can tell, I've been talking to just first year teachers this morning. You'll see me a lot throughout the year, but the excitement that I see when I ask you these questions, your face just lights up when you,
Yes.
anytime you talk about the kids, whether it's your kids or they're all your kids.
They're all my kids.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Yeah.
And as a community, as the city of Dublin, Orange County, no matter where these kids go to school, they are our kids.
That's right.
They're our church members, our neighbors, and we should pour into them.
Absolutely.
There's no doubt about it. I have with me Kimberly Rogers. We've got 4 pastors' wives that are new to Trinity this year. You're one of them, so I want to talk to. And tell our viewers who you are and talk about your family a little bit.
I'm Kimberly Rogers, like you said, and my husband is Samuel Rogers. He's one of the pastors at Wellspring Baptist Church. And we have 4 children that come here. Our oldest is Layla. She's 13. She's 8th grade. And then we have Tripp, who's in the 6th grade. And then we have a 2nd grader. I forget all of them.
Yeah.
Timothy.
Oh, I understand. I'm with you.
And Timothy's in 2nd grade. And Elliot is in K4.
Yeah.
So.
Well, hey, it is hard to keep up with, believe me, if somebody's got 7 grandchildren. I used to laugh at my grandmother because she'd call everybody the wrong name. Well, I've turned into her, and I don't know if you do it as a mom
Oh, I do. I
sometimes.
got fussed at just this morning for doing it, yes.
Well, I feel better then. So, well, tell me, what do you expect to accomplish this year of being at Trinity?
Oh, I don't know, just do good work and loving these sweet kids and just encouraging them and just doing our best to give them a good time eating and in a way fellowshipping, hopefully, and but just loving them well. So.
Yeah. I say this to people often, but I speak at a lot of churches, but to me, the hardest job in the church is the pastor's wife. I think it's difficult to be a pastor's wife because just by the nature of, people criticizing your husband, you trying to live the Christian way and do the right thing, and but it is difficult, isn't it?
It can be, but God's grace is always sufficient.
Amen.
So, whatever might be happening, He's always been faithful through that. So, this is just a truth I can always kind of be comforted with. So.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, we're watching some kids come in. We got in a back room here so we could talk. There's a lot of noise through those doors there, but I'm telling you, watching the kids get to school this morning. I was here early this morning, and I guess about 7, and getting ready and seeing those precious little kids get here. Whether they 1st grade, pre-K, or 12th grade, they're kids to me.
Yes.
But that's got to, and I know it's first day of school, but that's got to make your job and life more rewarding.
Oh, definitely. We were homeschooling, and this opportunity in lunchroom opened up, and it was kind of, we could send our kids here, and that was the only option that we would even consider was coming back here, and our kids love it here, so it's worth it. And, just getting to serve and love on not just my own kids, but all these kids, and hopefully, if I can, encourage my fellow staff in a loving way, and also all these kids. But it's really, I was excited this morning too. So it definitely can feel it, and it definitely makes it more rewarding.
It is,
so.
and I know you do, and I pray daily. I want to be a godly example to my grandchildren and children, and I know you pray those same kind of prayers, and now you've included Trinity, that you can be that same godly example.
Yes, and I do. I see and try to encourage what I see in some of the kids. But I've always loved kids. I work with kids a lot at our church. So it just kind of feels normal. What I'm doing here in the lunchroom, I feel like I'm almost at home because I do that for my kids. And so why not do it for lots of children?
I'm with you. And Wells Springs, Cross Point, you heard, have merged. If you're looking for a church, it's a wonderful church, wonderful people, so welcoming. Four of my grandchildren, I'm hoping I'm trying to count in my head there, but 4 of them went to summer camp at Wells Springs this year. And y'all just opened y'all's church up to those children. Yes, and Tyler and your husband were able to be able to talk with them and minister to them. And I know a lot of churches were hesitant about it, but y'all didn't think twice about it.
No, it was an amazing opportunity to, that's what the church is for, is to serve and be here for the community. And what better way to do that than to invite a lot of children in so they can see that kind of lived out. And you don't know what homes they're coming from either. A lot of them come from good homes, but some of them maybe have never heard of Jesus before. So it was a really good opportunity to let them see that.
Yeah, I was just studying for a message yesterday, and Tim Tebow, all of you know who Tim Tebow is, but when he was in the pros with Denver, he would black his eyes out and put John 3:16. Well, they played the Pittsburgh Steelers one week and ended up winning the game, and there were some other numbers in there with it, but the number that threw me was 94 million people Googled John 3:16.
Yeah.
Part of that bothers me because a third of the country didn't know John 3:16. So that as a Christian, that part bothers me. But the fact that 94 million people Google John 3:16, there's no telling what God did with just something as simple as blacking out his eyes. And so a lot of times we don't have to say a word.
That's right.
And I know you'll do that this year. Just these kids will see by example. Yeah. And you vested in their lives.
Yes, sir. And that's what he said in Scripture too. They'll know your mind by the way you love each other. Yeah. And so that's my hope, is that I'll love well this year with all these babies and my fellow staff.
Yes.
Welcome back. It's a new school year and I'm ready for that. Got my clothes picked out with the fresh new sneakers. Ready to meet cool friends and teachers. School supplies in my backpack check. When's the bus coming? Oh yeah, let me check. And mom said she would take me in, but only if she promised not to kiss me on the cheek in front of friends. The bell's ringing, so I find my seat. Yes, a big desk and a chair that don't squeak. Teacher wanna talk about work and these tests, but we just wanna talk about lunch and recess. Hey, I told moms I'ma work hard, so she'll be proud when she sees my report card. And I ain't never gonna slack. Not this year, school's here, y'all. Welcome back. Welcome back to school. Welcome back to school. Welcome back to school. Welcome back to school. Welcome back. It's a party, es una fiesta. 4 quarters, that's 2 semesters of hard work, no room for nonsense. Cause we all know about the parent-teacher conference. Gotta keep my nose in the books, eyes on the prize, yeah, I know where to look. Friends on my side, so you know we gon' ride. Rep the team, gotta show that school pride. Welcome back to the fun. Math, reading, and science, the learning's begun. Art, music, and gym, cause we need it to run. Mr. Reed said we gon' get a whole lot done. I got a good feeling about this one.
My name is Phil Patel. I am one of the part owners here and the general manager here at the Hampton Inn & Suites. First time when I got introduced to Morris Bank, the people were so friendly and helpful. You feel like that you are appreciated there. At Morris Bank, everybody down at the bank is so friendly, and not just to myself, they're just friendly to everybody. They want us to succeed because our success is their success at the same time. That makes a lot of difference, and they're always there for us.
I'm Thelma Zipperer. I first met Dr. K in March of 2018 In 2017, I had to quit work. I had to go on disability because of my heart condition. In March of 2018, I had gone to the hospital, to the emergency room, because I was actually in the process of having a heart attack. And you know, you hear the term God send, but I believe that God sent Dr. K to the emergency room. I believe he was on call that day for a reason, for me. They called him, he came in, and I had changed insurance because I had to go on disability, so the insurance has changed. So one of the first things I asked him, and he may not remember this, but the first thing I asked him, I said, do y'all take my insurance? And he said, without even batting an eye, he said, we're not talking about insurance right now. I got a patient that needs me. And I'm telling you, that said bunches right there. And then where the other doctor had given up on me and sent me home basically to die, Dr. K went to work and he checked my records. I mean, I have so many heart issues, but he didn't bat an eye. He said, let's fix this. And he started fixing. When I first started seeing Dr. K, like I said, I could barely get around. And now I can do almost anything I want to do within reason. And, you know, I know that God sent Dr. K to take care of me and to give me back my life. And I was even on a diabetic medicine. I was taking 1,500 milligrams of metformin every day. And now as of about a year after I started seeing him, I'm off all my diabetes medicine, and my A1C is staying perfectly below where it has to be. I'm not just a heart patient when I come in there. I'm Thelma Zipperer. I'm a person that needs whatever he can take care of. And I believe that Dublin is so blessed to have Dr. K in this area. If not, I don't know where I would be right now, honestly. Anything that your body needs that he needs to take care of, he gets on it, and he don't stop, he don't give up on you. He says, let's fix this, and he goes to work. I would recommend anybody that even has an inkling they need a cardiologist or just want to check and make sure if they do or not. I would highly recommend that you go see Dr. K. You will be glad you did. You will. I mean, that's just who he is. He is just personable and an excellent doctor. So you can't beat that. You can't beat it.